5, 4, 3, 2.
I know you see somehow the world will change.
Hey, what's up, boys? Welcome back to another video. And in today's video, I'm doing classic shows to Icarly. So if you like today's video, make sure to like and subscribe. And I feel the need to say this is just my opinion. So if I rank something a bit high or a bit low, remember this is all in my opinion. And yeah, so without further ado, let's hop right into this bitch.
To see me thrive, you lied, yeah.
So the plot of Icarly is that three kids, Sam, Carly, and Freddie, run a hit web series called Icarly. So, the plot of the show is pretty, not basic, it's pretty interesting and was kind of revolutionary at the time. Because when the show came out, the internet was pretty new. And, seeing this, it was, the internet was not new. That's not what I'm trying to say. I'm web shows are kind of new at the time. That's what I'm trying to say. So like I was saying, right? So it kind of brought a new light into that sort of area, seeing that, small kids can blow up on the internet. And that is true in today's culture. But my problem is that it's kind of random how they jump from, oh, they post this on the internet and then they make an entire show out of it. And also sometimes I feel like the plot kind of gets lost throughout the show. Because, then they make a TV show and then they start interviewing these celebrities. It gets kind of weird throughout the show, but it's a pretty decent plot, but sometimes it can get a bit off course. So for that, I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10, which is a pretty good score, 80%. So let's hop into the next segment.
Say to me what you want.
Okay, so the storytelling of Icarly is mainly focusing how Carly, Sam, and Freddie grow as people and grow older. But here's my problem. Even though the storytelling is solid, there's a lack of storytelling. There's not a lot of emotions that get conveyed in the show because it's mainly two kids and they mainly focus on comedy. Even though it's not a bad thing, there needs to be something. There needs to be a balance, in my opinion, to make a good show. Even though this is a classic show, that's why it's on this list. But, there's not enough storytelling. That's what I'm trying to say. So, I can't give it a high score 8 out of 10 or 9 out of 10. But what I can give it is around a 6 out of 10. And my reasoning for that is because when there is storytelling, near the end of the show when Carly learns she's gonna move to Italy with her dad, and when how Spencer grows as a person when taking care of her sister. When the story, what I'm trying to say is, when the show wants to convey emotions and convey storytelling, it can do it really good. But since there's a lack of it in the majority of the show, I'm going to have to give it a 6 out of 10. And let's move on.
You wanted me to go, why you trying to keep me teeny now?
So the comedy of Icarly is very catered towards children. Even though, yeah, it is a children's cartoon, a 14-year-old should not be saying that about your show. Because I am only 2 or 3 years older than the demographic that the show is trying to attend to, cater to, right? So I should still be able to somewhat enjoy the comedy. I'm saying this like I hate it. No, I actually do enjoy most of it, but a lot of the comedy can get a bit oh, that's cringy, right? Because it's for children younger than me, and I feel like even though this is kind of biased because I'm older and I'm into more mature stuff now, things for teenagers, I don't know, Lucifer and stuff like that. I'm more into more mature comedy. That's what I'm saying. So I might be giving this a lower score than it truly deserves because I'm a bit old for this. But, I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10. I'm not going to beat around the bush. 8 out of 10. Solid score. Wait, no, my bad. 7 out of 10. I'm sorry, I was looking at the wrong part of my script. I am so sorry about that. That is my fault. I'm gonna give this a 7 out of 10, which is good, but it's like this is some parts of comedy I don't like.
Me thrive. You lie, just say.
Okay, the characters, in my opinion, are the strongest part of iCarly. And what I mean by that is that there is no character I don't enjoy. Even some of the side characters I really like. See, iCarly does a great job of fleshing out their characters and giving them full control and making them feel like actual people. Some shows really do a bad job at this and make their main characters feel like hollow shells that we're supposed to like for no reason. But iCarly does the exact opposite. They introduce these characters as kids that have a dream. And they work for this dream. They don't feel like, oh, the show just gives it to them. It feels like they actually work for it. These characters feel real, in my opinion. They just don't feel fake. That's what I'm trying to say. And the characters get better when the show moves on. Especially Gibby, in my opinion. Gibby is my favorite character, by the way. Just hands down. No question. See, Gibby gets way better. Spencer, better. Freddy, better. Sam, better. Carly, better. See, the characters are just the best part of the show. They carry the show. When the storytelling is down, the actual wittiness of the characters, the funniness of the characters carries the show. When the plot seems a bit iffy, it carries the show. So for that, I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10. And that's a really good score in my opinion. I feel like it could be 10 out of 10, but I don't think the characters are perfect. But, that's just me. So let's move on to the last part.
For my life, said you wanted.
So for this last segment, I'm just going to be saying what I like, what I don't like, and what's my overall enjoyment of the show. So first of all, I'm just going to say this to right off the bat. The show is a good show. There is not a lot of problems I can point out except for the lack of storytelling, and sometimes the plot can seem a bit confusing, when it's mixed into the story, if that makes any sense to you. I know I'm wording this very weirdly, but just stick with me for this part. But even though this show can get kind of iffy, some episodes are boring, some episodes kind of get oh, this is really cringy because of the comedy can just be cringy. The show is overall really good. I can rewatch the majority of these episodes and still find enjoyment in them. Even though I watched this 3 years ago, if I rewatch these, I can find enjoyment. And that's the main thing I'm looking for. And for that, I'm going to give it a 8 out of 10. So yeah, that's my opinion on iCarly. If you liked today's video, make sure to like and subscribe. And yeah. Oh yeah, by the way, the final score is 38 out of 50, which is a 76%, which is still good, but I feel like I might do a re-evaluation on the first and second episode, because I feel like these scores are a bit low, but who knows? So without further ado, have a good day.